think quite like it. A glass of Chateau Châtier. Ain't you, Sam?
You like the old idea?
Who'd have thought it? 30 years ago, we'd be here drinking Chateau de Châtier.
Aye, back then, we couldn't even afford the price of a cup of tea.
A cup of cold tea?
Aye. Without milk or sugar.
Aye, or tea. In a filthy, cracked mug.
A filthy cracked mug. You were lucky. We had to drink out of a rolled up newspaper.
We had to manage soaking up a damp cloth.
But you know, we were happy in
Because we were poor.
Because we were poor.
My old man used to say, money doesn't buy a happiness.
He was right. He was right. I was happier then, and I had nothing. We used to live in a tiny house with great big holes in the roof, but we were still happy.
A house? We had a room. 126 of us in one room. Gaping big holes. We had to cuddle in the corner for fear of falling.
a room. We used to have to live in a corridor.
Oh, we used to dream of living in a corridor. Would have been a palace to us. Aye, we had to live in water tank on rubbish tin. We used to get woke up every morning by getting rotten fish dumped on us. House?
When I say house, what I really mean was a big hole in the ground, like, and a sheet of tarpaulin stretched over it. But it was a house to us.
Aye, a house to us.
We were evicted from our hole in the ground. We had to move to a lake.
A lake? There were 160 of us living in a small shoebox in the middle of the road.
You were lucky. We used to have to live in brown paper bag in septic tank. We used to wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, have to clean the paper bag in half, a crust of stale bread, and then go to work at mill 14 hours a day for nothing. And when we got home, our dad would beat us to sleep with a belt. Luxury!
We had to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, go to the mill with a handful of hot gravel down our throats, working a month for a 6pence, and when we got home, my father would come along with a broken bottle and smack it round our heads. If we were lucky.
Oh, we had it tough. We used to have to get up out of the shoebox at 12 o'clock at night, lick the road clean with our tongues, eat half a handful of freezing cold gravel, work 24 hours at the mill for 6pence every 4 years. And when we came home, when we finally came home, our dad would slice us into with a red knife.
Right. We used to have to get up in the morning at 10 o'clock at night, half an hour before we went to bed. We drink a cup of sulfuric acid, go down to the mill, work 29 hours a day, pay the mill owner to work at the mill, and when we got home, our mother and father would kill us and dance on our graves singing hallelujah.
You try telling that to young people today. They won't have any of it.
No. I remember when I was sent to boarding school. 3 years old I was.
3 years?
3 years old? It's
my time at Crisco. If we were late for a house meeting, our housemaster, he would lock us in our room for 40 days and 40 nights, a piece of bread and a glass of water. And he said, if Jesus can do it, so can you.
Extremely lucky again. I remember when I was in the 3rd form, I got put to bed by matron on a bed of hops and ales, and a breeze block as my pillow. Nothing.
I tried telling that to kids today. What were they saying?
My duvet was made out of stinging nettles. That's all we had. The pillow as well.
Aye, but stinging nettles were nothing on Mr. Nelson. Aye, he used to get us up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 hours before we went to bed. He made us lick floors clean, clean moat out with straw.
Aye, we didn't have hoovers then, did we? We
No.
sucked it up. But you try and tell that to the 3rd form, and they won't believe you.
Not a word of it. Cheers to cheers.